I'm going to draw some rectangles. Look, rectangles, rectangles. Everybody draw some rectangles? I'm going to draw some polygons, 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 polygons. A star, a star, a star. Okay, this is a rounded rectangle. See how it has a radius on the corners? Okay, so that's a rounded rectangle. If I hold shift down, it's going to make a rounded square. All right. I want to select all of them at once. I want to select all of them at once. I know of 2 ways that I can do this. Can anybody give me some advice how I might select all of them at once? Somebody's saying it over here. I'm hearing something. Command A. Command A. Command A is under the select menu. And what is the first feature underneath it? Select all. Select all. And that's Command A. So I'm going to do select all. Now that they're all selected, what do? I want to get rid of them. Hit delete. Hit delete. Boom, they're gone. Right? Did everybody get that? All right, let me show that one more time. Look. They're all here. I'm going to go to select all, and I'm going to hit delete. Okay, are we good? Everybody fine? Okay. All right, next example. So check this out, guys. I have a star over here, and how many points does my star have? 5 points. What if I wanted a star that had 8 points on it? How would I do that? Okay, so the tools over here in this toolbar, you have 3 possibilities in terms of options. You have 3 possibilities. One is it doesn't have options. That's one possibility. Another possibility is that it has options and I double click on the icon to activate it. Another possibility is I click on the icon and I click on the artboard and it activates the options. So let's repeat that. Maybe it doesn't have any options. Maybe I double click and it launches the options. Or maybe I click once on the icon and once on the artboard and it launches the options. That's basically it. If you double click and nothing happens, and you click on the icon and you click on the artboard and nothing happens, it doesn't have options, right? But that's what you need to do to test. You need to test it. Oh, and that also brings up a real important point. So as a designer, a graphic designer is a combination of using different skills to accomplish the type of work and tasks that we work with and work on. We're trying to, the term design literally means to problem solve, to problem solve. So we are visual problem solvers. And in our industry, we need to be, we have to have an aesthetic understanding. Some people use the phrase creative, but that doesn't have anything to do with aesthetic understanding. Creativity is actually more abstract than that. But an aesthetic understanding, which means that I understand how to make something look good, bad, make something look expensive, something look cheap, something that looks attractive to children, something that looks attractive to adults. So I need to have an aesthetic understanding. I need to have a technical skill set. Usually it's software, okay? And then I also need to be a really good storyteller. So, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are other skills that we need to have. It's a business application, so I need to be a professional and approach my projects and my clients with professionalism, and those are things that you learn at another point in time. But what I'm getting at is that to be a successful designer, you need to be good at numerous things. And one of those things, as I mentioned, is having a technical know-how, understanding how to learn how to use software. And part of your responsibility as a designer is to be intellectually curious in terms of all of these things that I'm mentioning to you. That includes the software. I need to want to learn the software. And there's some responsibility on your part to learn the software. What do I mean by that? We're learning Illustrator in this class. I cannot show you every single feature in the software. but you should be willing to investigate it on your own. Does that make sense? So I am showing you, I'm going to show you how to activate the options for these icons. I'm not going to do that for every single one, but once I show you how the logic works, you should apply that on your own. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look. So I said that there are 3 possibilities to see if an icon has options. One of them is to double click. I want to see the options for this star. I'm going to double click on it. All right, let's see what happens. Did anything happen? Okay, so I tried one of the 3 possibilities, right? Well, 2 possibilities, really. So if nothing ever happens, that means there's no options. So look, that didn't work. Double click. All right, so let's try the next one. Click once on the icon, click once on the artboard. Did something happen? The options appeared. Okay, so here for the star, this is where I can change how many points the star has. So I'm going to change it to 8 points and hit OK. There's an 8-point star. All right. So let's go to the square or the rectangle. Double click. Nothing happens. Okay. Click once on the icon, once on the artboard. Okay. So look, now I can draw a rectangle. Oh, by the way, if you hit Tab, it jumps to the next field. You see that? If you hit Tab, it jumps to the next field. So I'm going to hit Tab and type 2 again, and then I'm going to hit OK. So I just drew a 2-inch by 2-inch square. So that's a drawing with precision. And that's another thing that designers should practice is accuracy, precision, and awareness. So I know how big that object is. And if I don't know how big it is, I know where to look. And you'll notice that in my control bar, it tells me the width and the height of the selected object is 2 inches by 2 inches. Okay, so let's do the ellipse. So click once on the icon, once on the artboard. All right, I'm going to draw a 5 by 5 circle. You guys with me? You guys with me? Yes, no? All right. Last example. Polygon. Polygon. Click once. Click once. It's a 6-sided polygon. What shape do I get if I have a 3-sided polygon? Triangle, right? So let's do that. You'll notice that there isn't a triangle icon, but if I make a 3-sided polygon, I get a triangle. Actually, if I make a 3-sided star, that will also give me a triangle. Okay, so these are our primitives, okay? So what I would like you to do is continue to draw these different primitives. So I want you to take the next 2 minutes and draw more primitives, maybe experiment with the options, but I also want you to add colors to them. So select it and change one of them to be red and maybe the stroke blue. So play around with the colors, assign different colors to them.